For 2 years, All Saints has been discussing race relations and racism, both in terms of our current community and our history. What is our role as Christians? What are we called to do as a faith community? These have been our questions. A reparations task force was formed, and last fall they provided the Vestry with recommendations. After discussions by the Vestry, the task force provided revised recommendations, and at the May Vestry meeting 2 weeks ago, the Vestry voted to move forward with the recommendations. I'd like to read kind of the statements explaining our reasons and our position on the reparations. First, we know that we are inextricably intertwined with one another, connected as children of the same God, called to build what Martin Luther King dubbed beloved community, commissioned by Christ to serve him by serving the least of these.
We understand that we both do harm and are also harmed as a parish and as individuals by the sin of systemic racism.
We understand that any repentance of our complicity in the sin of systematic racism comes with the requirement to engage in acts of atonement and healing.
We believe that God is calling us to be repairers of the breach, restorers of streets to live in.
And whereas East Lansing was a restricted whites-only community and intransigently refused to change until forced to by the passage of the Fair Housing Act in 1968.
In 1953, All Saints members discouraged Dr. David Dixon, the first African-American professor at MSU and a member of the church, from trying to purchase a home in East Lansing because it might adversely affect fundraising for construction of the new church.
Historic housing practices in the Lansing area kept African Americans redlined into areas where they could not get federal mortgage backing, forcing many to rent or purchase on contract. African Americans in mid-Michigan were prevented from building generational wealth through home ownership, the primary means by which Americans build wealth.
Those same redline communities were the first to suffer from urban renewal when I-496 was built through a thriving Black community in Lansing in the mid-1960s. Almost 900 homes were destroyed in order to build the highway, along with many businesses and churches.
Homes in the traditionally redlined areas of Lansing that are of similar age and size to All Saints Rectory have recently sold between $70,000 and $80,000. The rectory, the value of the property next door to the rectory is estimated to be more than 3 times that. And that's visible evidence of the wealth disparity created by East Lansing's discriminatory housing policies and the redlining practice.
All Saints as a faith community and those of its members who are white disproportionately benefited from this history of white supremacy. Historically, white members could freely buy homes in whichever community they desired. They had fewer problems finding employment, had better opportunities to educate their children, and statistically had access to better health care.
All Saints occupies the ancestral, traditional, and contemporary lands of the Anishinaabe, Three Fires Confederacy of the Ojibwe, Odawa, and Potawatomi peoples, resting on land ceded in the 1819 Treaty of Saginaw. We are still coming to understand how this parish benefited from the forced and systematic removal of indigenous people from this land.
We, the Vestry and clergy of All Saints Episcopal Church in East Lansing, Michigan, now humbly and faithfully commit ourselves and this parish to the following program of reparations and repair.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of the living. positive